Okay, and we are live. Let me get a sip of my water, get my radio lights on. Let's go to YouTube. It's Jason Blaha here, representing Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness. See how many people we get in here. Remember, the rules. I'm not going to put up with any nonsense. Expect you guys to be polite. I'm going to be polite in return, but no trolling, no bullshit, any of that kind of it's going to be allowed at all. Zero. Let's stick to real topics. Let's see if we get some questions rolling here. I tend to roll in pretty quick. All right, we already got quite a few viewers. You guys need to click the like button. Click the like button, guys. That will get it into the algorithm and other people will see it. We'll get more people in here faster, get questions. Click those likes. I'm not answering any questions till I see the likes coming. I see some likes rolled in. There we go. Jason, what's your opinion on gymnastics rings? I don't think they're worth much for much of anything other than doing gymnastics. I don't think they bring anything special to the table for resistance training. And I've seen people get hurt on them. Right? In fact, my first shoulder issue I had on pull-ups was specifically while doing gymnastics ring pull-ups. Very first shoulder impingement. That's exactly how I got it. I've seen plenty of guys tear their pecs on dips on the rings. I would say, as a general rule, maybe just leave the gymnastics rings to people who are gymnasts, probably for the best. In the history of the world, no one has ever required gymnastics rings to be a world record level power lifter, strongman, Olympic lifter, or to compete in the Mr. Olympia in bodybuilding. Just throwing that out there. They've not been required for any of those things. So for people who have lesser goals than that, unless you're going to be a gymnast, what's the point? Jason favorite soda pop. I don't know that I have one. Coach, do you think 15 weekly sets per muscle is too much? I have no way to answer that. It is highly dependent upon what is going on in your situation. Jason, are weighted pull-ups and dips enough to build most of the upper body? They're a good way to get overuse. Why are we limiting ourselves to doing 2 exercises for half a minute? Why do people want to do that? In what world do people think that this is a good idea? Given what we know about overuse being the number one cause of injuries in the weight room, why would you do this? My question to you, Dr. Chesticles, is even if they were, is your goal to get injured? Is your goal to have muscle imbalances? Would you consider incorporating orange juice to get your carbs up? For me personally, probably not, but for other people, absolutely. I've had clients do that. Hey, Jason, what do you think about people who only do 2x8 for everything? I don't know. I think that they're limiting themselves for no reason. Is the Smith machine useless? No, you can do inverted rows on it. You can do pull-ups on it. Just got to fix the bar in place. But if you're not trying to compete at all, what if you just want a healthy body? I don't think that they bring anything special to the table, Evo. That was kind of my point. All I see is a slightly higher injury risk for no benefit. So do you see my point? They're not bringing anything special to the table. Okay? They're not bringing anything special to the table. So why do them? Is my point. So, I mean, you asked me my opinion, and you got it. Sometimes people don't like my opinion. Good guy, I don't care about anyone getting into bodybuilding. It's just not interesting to me. If that's what Alan chooses to do, I wish him the best of luck. He's going to need a metric fuck ton of drugs. Would focusing on the big three be considered overuse? No, you just don't overuse them. You're going to need to do other things with them. I would say if the only thing you do is the big three and that's all you train, yes, you're going to risk higher risk of overuse. All right. How did you start repping 315? I just got bigger and stronger, and I let my shoulders heal and quit doing things that inflamed my shoulders. I'm not going to answer weird questions about women groping me at a public gym. I have been groped by women in public places quite a few times over the years. It happens. What do you watch the video of the body? You didn't see any of my response videos to that. So here's my thing, bro. You know that if you watch my channel and watch my feed, the most viewed videos I've had this week were specifically on that topic. So do you not watch my channel at all? All you got to do is check to see if I've already addressed it, right? Just check my videos for the week. You know that I've already addressed it, brother. It works stabilizers more hard. That's not how stabilizers work, Ebo Crow. Ebo, let me ask you a question. If you think that stabilizers grow as a result, get fantastic growth as a result of being used as dynamic stabilizers, then why don't dumbbell bench presses build massive biceps? Have you ever heard anyone say, man, I got 19-inch arms. My biceps just got massive from doing presses with dumbbells for their chest? Because that is one of the biggest differences between the dumbbell in terms of stabilizers and the barbells. It uses a lot more bicep to stabilize it, right? It uses biceps are the stabilizer there. No one's building them that way. It's not how it works. Okay. Doing big movements doesn't build stabilizers. You need to build your stabilizers to get better at big movements. It's a big difference. Atomic, I'm not going to read out your quote that you wrote there just because of the fact that the line itself could be offensive. No, I have not seen any of that. Is that even Greg's ethnicity? I don't think that's Greg's ethnicity. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I didn't know that. Thoughts on maintaining in a bulk state versus slowly bulking for hypertrophy? Brother, I don't understand the question. Did you hear about the man who dies from the squat the other day? Yeah, I've only made 5 videos on it. Hey, Coach Jordan Oakley says you could run 1 gram of tren for 2 years straight with no help out comp. Oh my God. A gram of tren for 2 years straight with no health complications? Whew. Wow. I don't know what to say about that. Don't try that at home. I'm just going to say, don't try that. He's wrong. Give me some more likes, guys. What's up with those likes? All you guys commenting. I see more of you commenting than people who've clicked that like button. Ebo, are you still going to carry on about the gymnastics rings after I gave you my answer? I'm sorry that you don't like my answer, but I gave you my answer, man. You're going to have to either accept it or not. Coach, how much do glute bridges carry over to your squats and deadlifts respectively? I just started doing them a hopeless, but it depends on the person. I think they can carry over to them, and I think they're good lifts. Guys, give us some more likes. Come on. Likes, hit that like button. Okay, there's a button. Reach down, press the button. Come on. Not that hard. There we go. A little more likes. Only one person clicked a like to that. I don't know what to think of that. Can hip thrusts help powerlifters? Yes. Internet cut out. Great to see the down withdrawal. Good guy. I'm not answering that again. You can go back and rewatch it. You can go back and rewatch it. Jordan recommended test trend and EQ for first time. Oh God, I don't know who that guy is, but that's crazy. All right. Man, your thoughts on South Asian clients? Do they gain muscle slower? That depends. There's some studies on that actually that were done in India on some of that. I don't think that they gain muscle slower, actually. I don't think that is the case. It's not like because you're that ethnic group that you're automatically going to gain less. That's not how it works. There does seem to be some slight differences, regional differences in things like muscle fiber density in the upper body. But what I found, because I have worked with that demographic quite a bit as a coach, a little more volume seems to fix the problem. It's just a slight difference in the training, Do you think it could be beneficial for powerlifters to take periodic breaks from the big three to mentally and physically reset? Maybe psychologically. I don't think physically they necessarily need to. I think mentally there can be at times. Coach, thoughts on homebrew trend? Oh man, we used to do that back in the day. Enjoy coughing. James, because you did a lot of trolls, man. You trolled a lot. And I don't remember even what I banned you for, but it was definitely trolling. So that's just how it's got to be. Quit trolling. It's not that hard. Don't troll. That easy. Jason, feel way stronger maxing on the closed grip bench after months of doing high rep work on wider grip. Is it normal? Well, you gained muscle. You gained muscle, therefore you got stronger. Not that complicated, brother. Good guy. I just told you I'm not addressing that again. I already answered you. All right. Is there any merit to maintaining one's body weight at a bulk state for? I don't know what you're asking me. How do you prevent strength loss when doing MMA? You might not be able to prevent it depending upon how much fighting and practice you were doing. You're going to have to balance recovery, though, any way you break it down. Right? Can you separate size and strength when taking steroids? Only to a small degree, future. And, we come over to, are you taking stuff that's making you bloat? Is it causing intramuscular water? Or is it causing tissue hypertrophy? Tissue hypertrophy will always raise strength potential. Okay? Get rid of people asking why they're banned. Rather than explain how this works, if I ban you, maybe come back with a new account and just behave. That would be the advice, because I'm not going to explain all of it to you. Seeing as you're dealing with them for a while now, how do you continue to put up? Just is what it is, dude. I've been dealing with it a decade. Good guy. Let me ask you a question, because I kind of answered it while you said your internet cut out. I don't care that someone got involved in bodybuilding, and my answer was he's going to need a fuckload of drugs. That's it. That's my whole answer. Thoughts on one-arm pull-ups? It's a decent exercise if you can do them. It can be a little hard on your shoulders. Dumbbells, yes or no? Well, considering I do and prescribe dumbbell work for my clients, you see them in my blogs and my client blogs, we have to go with yes. Does gear, Darko, You've got to be very, 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 very specific. You're going to need to go research every individual drug and people's responses. So you're going to need to go to forums, and every drug that you're considering using, you're going to need to see what different psychological responses people got from it on average. Okay? Keep in mind, gear is not one substance. It's a variety of different drugs that can have different side effects. Okay? And the things that people take to control side effects can impact psychology. Thoughts on direct neck work or neck curls? Enough. I think extensions are all you should do. I don't like neck curls. Your favorite power lifter of all time? Myself. Me. I'm a power lifter, and I am the person I like most who I can think of who is a power lifter. Are power lifters able to incorporate distance running to be able to run a marathon? Some do. Okay. GHR looks beat up for you. Eventually, the thing is, it's hard to get replacement pads for that thing, dude. It was so hard to get the ones that I had. It gets beat up. I'm not going to address main gaining again. How long did it take you to get used to supersets on your big lifts? Do you think you stopped doing them, you'd be able to use more weight? It takes a couple of weeks to get used to it. No, I don't think I would be stronger if I took them out. Hey, Jason, is 4x8 a good set rep range for bench press and increased by 5 pounds? 4x8's a lot. But here's the thing. What do you mean increased by 5 every 6 workouts? You should probably work off just reps in reserve, because you can't predict. You can't predict things to that degree. And if you're strong enough to add 20 pounds right now to your 4x8, why would you wait 24 workouts to do it? And what's going to happen if all of a sudden you get to 1 and you can't add the 5? So do you still add it? Like that's a bad plan. Good guy. I have no idea how Alex programs anything at all. I have no idea what he does these days. I have no idea what exercises he does, what programming philosophy he uses. I don't know any of that. I have no idea, man. Is it hard these days to find real steroids? No, it's absurdly easy. Darko, no, not really. It shouldn't. What supplements are worth the money? D3, creatine, fish oil, sometimes protein powder. That's about it. Jason got a hair trigger with that ban button. Absolutely. But you guys know that. What are your thoughts on farmers carries? They can be a good form of GPP. I think they can be a great form of GPP. I have farmers walk handles. Any specific exercises to thicken the arms? Any exercise that works the arms? The pads degraded that quick. Margaret, it wasn't that quick. I beat those things up. Darko, I have merch on my page, man, right here. There's been merch available forever. Atomic, they're banned from being able to comment on my channel at all. That's it. They can't comment anywhere. I should have mentioned I only do full. Lots of YouTubers do ad reads for services like HelloFresh. Thoughts of working with them. I've never thought about it. What are the keys to finding a sweet watermelon? You smell them, dude. You pick the watermelon up, you smell it. It's that simple. Thoughts on ecdysterone and turkestone? Complete scams, and everyone selling them is a con artist. When you said it is obvious why you haven't been competing. I'm not going to discuss all that. Guys, I don't want to talk about that. Seriously. Because anything I say is just going to get twisted by people. Are you still eating 10 bananas a day? I eat some days. Seen the recent Congress hearings on UFOs? No, I have not, actually. I do full body 2 times per week, so I bench twice a week, so every 6 workouts. Well, I'm not going to break down programming for you, dude. I have coaching slots. I have 2 coaching slots open right now. Are pull-ups every day a good idea? I'm going to go with no. As someone who has done this, I'm going to say don't do it. You never got an offer, an ad read with Dollar Shave Club? No. I don't even really know what that is. No, they're wrong to do that. Jason, best supplements for naturals. There's no such thing as a natural. You mean drug-free? Same supplements that the people on steroids use. Like, why does that change what supplements are best? Creatine, all that stuff, fish oil. That's probably your top 2, creatine and fish oil. There you go. That's the bulk of your beneficial supplements right there. Those are the hard hitters. Yeah, actually, I do still have that Rexo gun and it's still working. Thoughts on muscular women? I happen to like muscular women. Is it fine to eat all my protein for the day in 2 sittings only? Probably not optimal. How to politely get a guy at the gym to stop trying to make friends with me? Tell him to eat a dick as politely as possible. Cool, there are 2 coaching slots open. You want me to talk about Bohemian Grove in here? You trying to get a brother bumped off? How about no? Will taking my pull-up max from 30 to 40 build muscle will just result in increase? I mean, theory, you gain muscle. I don't know what noble natties are. Why is he strong? Well, he's short, so he doesn't have to move the weight a long distance, and he's got a good amount of lean mass for his frame. It's pretty straightforward, right? Do you believe in UFOs? Oh no. If I answer this, then people are going to troll it. They're going to get all upset. Well, everyone believes in UFOs. The word means unidentified flying objects. There is a documented fact that there are objects that are unidentified that fly. Thousands of documented cases. Like, how is that controversial? So you're telling me that every flying object has been identified? So you either believe there's unidentified ones or you don't. Like, that's kind of a silly thing. Or do you specifically mean, do I think aliens have visited the Earth? Those are 2 completely different questions. Come on now. Do you cap your client count? Yeah, sometimes I do, because there's only so much I can deal with various client loads. Do I regret the dumbbell holders? I regret them. I've found them to not be that good now that I've messed with them more. It's just easier to get dumbbells into place. Hi, Jason. I'm from the UK, 37 years, and seriously thinking of trying TRT, but not sure how to. You go talk to your doctor. I mean, that's a medical question. And if your doctor doesn't want to discuss it, you go see a different doctor. Keep in mind, I am not fully as familiar with the process in the UK, so I'm maybe not the best person to ask. Can you talk about training after 40 years of age? I do all the time. You have to pay attention to certain things. How many protein feedings per day? At least 3 to 4. Noble natty is probably a ban-worthy term. It probably should be. Seems like really ridiculous. How many clients will you be at? I'm not going to discuss all that specifically. None of your business. Do you still coach Louie and Mikey? I'm not currently coaching Mikey. I am currently coaching Louie. Louie has never rotated out. He's been on for 4 years. Pretty much said that he's a lifer. Do you do any stretching? Or are you able to touch? I can touch my toes. I don't do stretching. How do you juggle so many clients across the world in so many different time zones without interrupting your normal schedule? Because I work around the schedule. Meaning I can find a time period within my working hours if they need to do a video that works for them. I mean, there's only so many time zones. And most of those people only sleep 8 or 9 hours a day. Right? They're awake over 50% of the day. Plus, I don't have to do that many video calls. A lot of time in Messenger, though. Do you think, I don't discuss specific people, but for you to even ask that, Ebo, I want you to think about the fact that you want to argue with me about training and rings, and you can't tell that someone has been using high doses of anabolics for years and years and years and years and years. Come on. I mean, think that through for a moment. Your knowledge level is really that low that you need to ask if the boogs is on juice. I mean, are you trolling me? Come on, brother. The odds that any fitness influencer you watch is drug-free is astronomically small. And he is not on the smaller end of the scale. Coach, dips or close grip bench for extra chest and tricep part? Probably close grip bench. SSB step-ups versus split squats. Best quad accessory. I don't know that one is better than the other. Have you and Mikey argued? No, he's never been fired as a client. He needed to rotate out. He doesn't want coaching right now. There's oftentimes the majority of clients leaving are not a conflict. It's either they don't feel that they currently need coaching, financial issues, different things like that going on. No, neither one of us fired each other. He's still open to be a client, and he always comes back eventually. That's kind of the way my coaching relationship has always worked with him. So there's never been any conflicts with him. We've stayed on great terms. Thanks for throwing in more current events later. Yeah, I mean, if they're worthy events, I'll cover them, but they need to be worthwhile. Coach, I can't bench 185. How many weekly sets would you recommend for my chest? Dude, you don't need many. Less than 10 at the most. 10 at the most if you're at that strength level. That's all you should need to get there. I don't really know who I would consider to be PED free. It's hard to pick them out because they're the exception. Should someone still consider TRT even if their blood levels came in? No, that's not TRT. That isn't TRT. If you don't have low testosterone and you go on testosterone, you are not doing TRT. So how could you? There's no way to consider it. It is physically impossible for you to do TRT. Right? It's physically impossible. You could go blast testosterone, but that's not TRT. You're just choosing to dart some tests, which I'm cool with. I mean, it's your body. I don't have an issue with that. All right. Would you buy SBD equipment? It's what I use on the platform. You see me use SBD stuff in my gym. I have their wrist wraps. I have their sleeves, singlets, all that stuff. Thoughts on broadband Kevin getting a BBL? I assume that means the Brazilian butt lift. I think that his name is Kevin, and he does something with broadband. I don't know who the fuck that is, dude. I'm sorry. Darko, you're saying that I called Eric Bugenhagen a bodybuilder? I think you clearly you got me confused with a different YouTuber. He's not a bodybuilder. He's never been a bodybuilder. What are you talking about? Coach, if someone is 23 and hops on TRT from experiencing any long-term health issues, there's health issues from not going on TRT. I want to be very clear on that. Even though I say go talk to your doctor, if you qualify for TRT and you don't go on TRT, you are compromising your health. Okay? So if someone is 23 and your doctor says, hey, you've got low testosterone, I want to put you on TRT, you see where I'm going there? How many of your clients come from referrals from existing clients? A small number. I mean, it does happen, but that's a smaller number. They're usually long-term followers. What would complement the barbell curl every 2 months of training? I want to not do so much. Switch dumbbells. Would you ever do recaps of big untested powerlifting meets? I don't know, maybe. Do you have any experience at all with bodybuilding? I have been around bodybuilders for decades. I have many close friends who compete. I have many friends who coach bodybuilding. I'm just not a fan. Optional question. Have you ever experienced profound psychological effects from gear? I know this is a complex question, just curious. Yes. I choose not to use things that do that. Jason, I find squatting can cause pain in my foot while using teep burple techniques in Muay Thai, mainly the arch of my foot. Okay. I can't help you. Sorry. What a weirdo. What are you using now? I thought everybody knows what I use. I'm going to let someone else answer in the comments. I'm going to wait for long-term followers who watch my stuff to actually type it out and tell you. I'm not going to say it anymore. Favorite combo rack for competition? I don't know. I've never thought about it. I let them bring what they're going to bring. What's the worst injury your client has had? The worst I've ever seen a client is a ruptured bicep while doing something I told them not to do. Like full rupture, like they had to have it reattached, which I've been through myself. Do you think coaching younger people is more difficult? Yes, absolutely. Would you discuss sourcing in a paid consultation? No, I don't give out sources. I don't know you. Like you have to be close in my inner circle. Serious, like just because you're a casual friend, not gonna happen. Nope. There was a 2018 study that showed that overhead extensions were better for, I've already discussed that in videos. Okay, thank you, Jason. I've been doing everything right. There you go, man. I don't know what each state has. You're going to have to research that. Impact of low testosterone on hypertrophy. It has a very moderate effect. It's not that big of a deal. I'm thinking of buying a home gym. What are the pros and cons in your opinion? It's a lot more expensive up front. Actually, it's more expensive long term. Honestly, if you have a well-equipped gym, you're just going to pay more. Right? You're going to pay more. But it's going to be better time. You're always going to have it available. You're not going to deal with crowds. You're not going to deal with travel. Coach, is there more potential for yoke with bent over rows versus pendlay rows? Not really. CN, that's for novice programming. Darko actually got it right. Yeah, see, there you go. All the fans actually know. There you go. Thanks, guys. Y'all covered it. Jason, your experience is a better way to blast and cruise or blast come off, or no, dude, you should always cruise. And no, Hank, I don't do anything from overseas at all. Everything's domestic. Which videos you discuss it? I've posted it on Facebook, Marco. I've actually typed it. And there we go, Darko. Darko. That's it. Ever had a client fail to provide payment for coaching after signing up? Well, they're not signed up till they pay. Okay, well, I got rid of him, Darko. I see that. That's clearly not you. Yep, all good. Ever had a client fail to provide payment for coaching after signing up? No, I've never had them fail to pay the first month. Did your PP grow from HGH? No, fortunately. Hello, Jason. How's it going? I'm doing good. How you been to any gyms in the UK? How did you find them compared to Texas? They're not as good, dude. I mean, there's some good gyms in the UK. Don't get me wrong. There were a couple of really badass strength gyms, but on average, you can find more strength gyms in Texas. What did you think about Rich Piana? I'm not gonna badmouth someone who's dead already, dude. That's not cool. There's a lot of things I know about Rich that are not public because I know some of his exes, and I'm just gonna leave it, dude. There's the guy's dead. You know, there's no point in trashing dead someone who's dead. That's not cool. I'm just gonna leave it be. There's a lot of stuff I could have published and probably made money on that I chose not to. Like crazy shit. Like actual proof of things were sent to me because of exes of his. And I chose not to publish it because it's in bad taste. The guy is dead. Leave it be. You know, let the dude rest in peace. So, do you think linear progression work well for an advanced lifter? That progressive overload takes place I don't. Again, you can't place exact time numbers on that. You can simply progress as you're able, but you can't do things of saying, I'm going to do this in 2 months. That never works with advanced lifters. That's not how it works. Coach, thoughts on people saying the dip is mostly a tricep exercise? Easily disprovable with basic biomechanics. Do a lot. Things I do a lot of steroids. Oh my God. Yeah, Hank. You know what, dude? Let's just get rid of you. I know, dude, guys, I got a hair trigger with that shit. Thoughts on using conjugate max effort for weighted dips? Do you want to get injured, good guy? Because that's how you get injured. Did you used to use run? 531 has some issues, and I'm not saying it's terrible, but there are problems. Where do you guys come up with this absurd shit? Have you been approached by Raid Shadow? What? No. Did you hear about the guy who died from squatting last week? Yeah, I only made a few videos on it. I mean, Darko, I'm going to do current events like that. But they need to be actual real current events. I'm not going to go look for bullshit. You know what I mean? What dose of GH is a replacement for a male? Just under 1 unit a day. Coach, what weekly gram amount would you suggest most fitness influencers are using? They all say T or T, probably a gram. I'm not going to describe my dream moment, guys. Come on now. You're getting silly. What have changed the most since Ed Cohen was active? I don't even know. Where do you start? Very impressed with your ability to put up the numbers, paying free praise the Lord, brothers. There we go, man. Why did you stop doing Q&A videos? The amount of work versus what I got back from them, it just wasn't good for it. Coach, thoughts on Austrian for joining? I don't like SARMs in general. Are NFL players on steroids? Yes, obviously. And it's not that hard to get through their drug testing. The NFL actually has rules written in place to where your doctors can literally help you make sure that you pass your drug test by letting you opt out during certain phases of drug testing. Come on. Purely from a doctor note. When you're worried that you've used something wrong, it's going to show up on the test. You used it incorrectly. Dude, you don't want drug-free NFL players, and the NFL can't financially afford to put up drug-free players. Get real. Jason, if one of your internet haters, they're not going to pay. Dude, they're not going to pay. Men don't have dream partners. That's something women dream of, right? Do you listen to music while working out? I only started again recently, and I listen to primarily bluesy stuff when I'm training. A little bit of AC/DC though, but it's mostly like ZZ Top and Eric Clapton, and I keep it bluesy. Yes, I did have a family member in the NFL. I have a family member who coaches in the NFL right now. Do you follow arm wrestling? Nope. All right, besides powerlifting and bodybuilding, what pro sports are the most steroid infested? Everything today. Everything, dude. Everything other than maybe darts or checkers. Welcome to the modern era. Let's see. Let's get rid of. Regarding the rules of powerlifting, there's never been any reasonable change because the benches are still high and sumo still exists. Coach, thoughts on the Arnold split? I don't know what the Arnold split is. It's BB. You know, good guy. You getting weird on me, dude. You need to chill. We don't need all that. Behave. Ever had a troll pretend to be a wannabe client sign up for coaching? No. I've had trolls put in applications. They didn't make it to the interview. And if they did, I would just keep the money because it's non-refundable. The interview price and block them. Problem solved. All right. Exactly. I mean, people think that I'm not going to block them just because they get some money. Come on, guys. Come on. You guys need to get more likes. Why do we only get 16 likes from 44 minutes in? And you guys didn't click that like. Y'all going to make me cry, big old crocodile tears. I'm going to cry because I'm not getting them likes. Be upset. Darko, yes, actually, you do get to keep it. They paid me to block them. Shit, we need more of that. Give me some $100 donations to block you guys next time, if y'all can afford it. Actually, we need about 50 to 100 of the $2 ones in every one of these. I'll just go down the road. Atomic, I'm not going to answer that question. On the bench press, do both sides of your butt have to side down on it? If they see air under there is what they're looking for when the judges do it. I have specifically had to red light people for that in meets. Okay. Jason, did you miss me, or have you kept all of your lat sizes despite only doing horizontal rows? No, I have. You know. Well, Lars, no, we get plenty of interaction going on. We get plenty of interaction. I just don't want trolling in here. Right? I don't want trolling. But I don't have to put up with it. It's that simple. Shouldn't have to. Okay. Best state to live in when the apocalypse comes. I'm going to go with Texas. All right. All right, guys, we're 46 minutes in. I think it's time to go ahead and wind this down. I hope it's been informative. I love all of you guys and gals, and I will talk to you next time.